Excited like the first time. Remember the first time you rode a bike? That wobbly, terrifying, yet exhilarating moment when your parents' hand let go and suddenly you were flying. Or the first time you tasted your favorite ice cream. That burst of flavor that made your whole world stop for a second. How about your first concert? The roar of the crowd, the thumping bass in your chest, the feeling of being part of something massive and magical. These firsts are powerful. They're etched into our memories, not just as events, but as feelings. A potent mix of nervousness, thrill, and pure, unadulterated joy. But as we get older, life has a funny way of making things feel routine, the daily grind, the responsibilities, the endless to-do lists. It can feel like those electrifying first-time feelings are a thing of the past, reserved for childhood memories. But what if I told you they're not? What if you could recapture that same excitement, that same sense of wonder, not by chasing bigger and bigger thrills, but by changing the way you see the world right in front of you? Today, we're going on a journey to rediscover that first-time feeling. We're going to learn how to inject that spark back into our everyday lives. It's not about booking a spontaneous trip to the other side of the world, although that can be fun. It's about finding the magic in the mundane and training our brains to experience life with fresh eyes. The secret lies in a concept psychologists call beginner's mind. It is a term from Zen Buddhism that encourages us to approach things as if we were seeing them for the very first time, free from our preconceptions, expectations, and judgments. A child doesn't look at a flower and think, "Oh, that's just a daisy. I've seen a million of those." They see a masterpiece of color and shape. They might touch the petals, smell it, and marvel at its existence. They are fully present in that moment. That's what we lose as adults. We label things, categorize them, and move on. Coffee is just coffee. The walk to work is just the walk to work. A conversation with a partner is just another conversation. We go on autopilot, and in doing so, we miss the richness of the experience. So, how do we get off autopilot and cultivate this beginner's mind? Let's start with something simple. Your morning routine. Tomorrow morning, when you have your first cup of coffee or tea, don't just gulp it down while scrolling through your phone. Stop. For just 1 minute, look at the steam rising from the mug. Feel the warmth in your hands. Inhale the aroma deeply. What notes can you smell? Is it nutty, earthy, fruit? Then take your first sip. Don't just swallow it. Let it coat your tongue. Notice the taste, the temperature, the texture. Experience that simple act with all of your senses as if you've never had coffee before. It might feel a little silly at first, but you'll be amazed at how much richer and more enjoyable that one small moment becomes. You're not just drinking coffee, you're having an experience. You're turning a routine into a ritual. And this can be applied to almost anything. Think about a skill or a hobby you have. Maybe you play the guitar, you cook, you paint, or you jog. When was the last time you felt that initial spark of excitement you had when you first started? Often, as we get better at something, we become focused on perfection, on progress, on the end result. We forget the simple joy of the process itself. Try this. The next time you pick up your guitar, don't try to play a song perfectly. Just play one chord. Listen to it ring out. Feel the vibration of the strings against your fingertips. Remember the first time you successfully formed that chord and how it felt like you unlocked a secret of the universe? If you love to cook, try shopping for your ingredients without a list. Wander through the produce section and see what catches your eye.
What looks fresh?
What smells amazing? Let your senses guide you, as if you're a culinary explorer on a new continent. Then, go home and experiment. Don't worry about following a recipe to the letter. Play with flavors. The joy is in the creation, not just the consumption. This mindset shift is about embracing curiosity over certainty. When we think we know everything about a subject, a person, or a place, we close ourselves off to new discoveries. But when we approach them with curiosity, with the humility of a beginner, a whole new world opens up. This is especially true in our relationships. We often think we know our partners, our family, our close friends inside and out. We anticipate their reactions, finish their sentences, and operate on a set of assumptions built up over years. But people are not static. They are constantly growing and changing. Try having a conversation with a loved one with a beginner's mind. Ask them a question you think you already know the answer to, like what's your biggest dream right now? Or what's something that made you happy today? And then truly listen. Don't interrupt. Don't plan your response. Just listen to their words, watch their expressions, and try to understand their world from their perspective right now, in this moment. You might be surprised by what you learn, and you'll be reconnecting with them in a way that feels fresh and new. It's like meeting them all over again for the first time. Another powerful way to spark this feeling is to intentionally do something new, even if it's small. It doesn't have to be skydiving. It can be trying a new route on your daily walk. It can be listening to a genre of music you've always dismissed. It can be visiting a small local museum you've passed 100 times but never entered. These tiny acts of novelty break our patterns. They force our brains to wake up, to pay attention, to process new information. And that process, that jolt out of the familiar, is the very essence of the first-time feeling. You're creating new neural pathways. You are literally keeping your brain young and engaged. Think about it. We spend so much of our lives trying to get comfortable, to establish routines, to achieve a sense of stability, and those things are important. But too much comfort can lead to stagnation. The magic of life, the excitement, the growth, it all happens just outside our comfort zone. Not miles away, but just one step. Let's try a little thought experiment right now. Think of a place you go to all the time. Your office, the grocery store, your gym. Picture it in your mind. Now, what's one detail about that place you've never really noticed before? Maybe it's the pattern on the floor tiles, the type of trees outside the window, the artwork on the wall. The next time you're there, make a point to look for that one new thing. By doing this, you're retraining yourself to see beyond the familiar and to find the novelty hidden in plain sight. This isn't about ignoring the past or pretending you don't have experience. Your experience is valuable. It's about choosing not to be limited by it. It's about pairing your wisdom with a child's sense of wonder. Imagine walking through your own neighborhood as if you were a tourist. What would you take a picture of? What little street would you want to explore? What would you find interesting? We often save this sense of exploration for vacation, but we can access it anytime we want, right where we are. Ultimately, recapturing that first-time feeling is a choice. It's an active practice of mindfulness, curiosity, and presence. It's about choosing to see the world not as a series of finished stories, but as a book with infinite pages yet to be read. So your challenge for this week is this. Find one routine thing in your life and do it with a beginner's mind. Savor your coffee. Really listen to a song. Take a different path. And then Share your experience. What did you notice? How did it feel? The joy, the excitement, the thrill of the first time isn't a memory you have to look back on. It's a feeling you can create right here, right now. It's waiting for you in your next breath, your next step, your next conversation. All you have to do is be open to it. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. It's a topic I'm incredibly passionate about, and I hope it brought a little bit of that spark into your day. If you enjoyed this and want to explore more ways to live a more engaged and joyful life, please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss what's next. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Go out there and find your first time feeling.